Alright, look. Once upon a time, there was a man. And this man lived at the top of a giant mountain in a fortress with catapults and a moat and armed guards. There was a throne where he sat, and a jester to his left who would always make jokes, and he was funny as hell. He was actually this man's right-hand guy. Like, he was totally chill. He made funny-ass fucking jokes. He was like the best jest in all of the lands. Everybody knew his name. Like, he was just mad chill, like, type funny dude. And also he had knights there at the fortress that were dedicated to protecting him in his honor. And so, as it were, he liked to just sit up on top of that mountain and not do shit. Sometimes there was no woman in the entire fortress. Mind you this. Sometimes he would have his jester come make jokes and shit. Yo. Other times what? Dude, there's no threats. Calm down. Other times, they would just have, like, chill conversations, like, just talking this shit. Gabbing, gift of gabbing. Like, they talk about all kinds of things. They talk about their pasts. They predicted what they wanted for the future, bruh. Relationships, all types of shit. Places they had been. And so it was on one of these days, one of these occasions, after the supper. And for supper, everybody would gather in the gathering hall for supper. Once the sun had gone down, and there was a mess hall where the cook would serve up crazy delights there. And after this supper, the king had retreated to his throne, and the jester had came with him, and they were just chatting because they had drank a little bit more than usual, the two of them. The jester had been really giving everybody a delight at supper, and more drinks were drank than usual. And so the king and the jest headed up, and they were just, gabbing, going back and forth on the shits. And that's when the jester said something that really stuck out to the man. The jester said, "Dude, there's no huzz in a fortress, bruh." And the man was like, "Bro, I know, but like, that's low-key how we've liked it for a millennium. Like, this is just how it's been. My father, my father's father, my father's 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 fathers, bro. Like, that's just how we do it. No huzz in the fortress. They stay down in the village at the bottom of the mountain, congregate with the plebeians, dudes, and occasionally when we need to make offsprings with me, we'll go round up a few, like, straight bussin' huzz, like, and bring them up and I'll head down." But like until then, like hell nah, nigga. Like not in the fortress, especially. No. And the jester was like, I get it, but dude, imagine we just ate this fucking fire meal. We about to split ways and head back to our individual bedrooms. Bro, imagine if there was a baddie in here right now, dude. Two baddies. One for each of us to split off with. And the dude was like, bro, stop playing. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. Because I really don't want to bring no huz in a fucking fortress, bro. But you really get into my soft side, dude. Like, you really get into that core elements, bro. And so, as it were, the Jess just kept on, like, really pushing for this, because the Jess was low-key a horny motherfucker. Like, in his spare times, bro would actually be wanking off to the fucking damsels that he could see from the fucking, from the outer, from the forest surrounding the village. He'd be, like, busting nuts. He'd leave the fortress grounds and he'd go down into the forest and bust nuts from a little ways off from the village. And so he was like, bruh, like pleading with the... And so finally the man is like, all right, bro, you're my right hand man. If you think that this is a good idea, say it, you do. And I'll have us some huz up in here, bro, tomorrow, sharp. Jester said, yes, please. Trust me, nothing could go wrong. And as it were, the next day, all of the dudes in the fortress woke up. Each one had their own baddie. Chosen for them, selected by the man himself, the big man. With the help of the jest, of course. So, of course, they too had the baddest baddies of all. But, as it were, it didn't take long for the entire fortress to descend into fucking chaos, nigga. Like, niggas was, like, jealous and envious. Bitches were being bitches and being loud. Arguing. Like, shit had been so simple. So fun. Like, you can imagine those meals in the town hall, those suppers. Drinking, jesting. It all just turned into a whole fucking gossips and fucking yelling across the table, dramas. Fucking who is this? Who fucking who took my fucking, she said this, fucking, you know the fucking drill. And there was a moment when the man looked at the jester in their like small amount of alone time without somebody in the room, and he was like, dude, what did you do? Shit was simple, bro. He almost cried. He almost cried because that shit was awful. So the next day, he was like, bruh, okay, I gotta get rid of these huz. I gotta get rid of them, bro. Like, I'm gonna send them back to the village. So he did. He sent them back to the village. All the huz were hella pissed off and spiteful, so they burnt down the village and cast spells on the entire fortress. Left a fucking mess. The fortress almost crumbled. It almost did. Like, this whole fiasco almost took the whole fortress down, but luckily enough, they were strong dudes. Like, the knights were strong as fuck, like, mentally, spiritually. They held it down, like, 10 toes tight, and, like, shit, like, it was cool. Like, a week went by, and shit was cool. Shit was back to normal. Obviously, the man, like, really got on the jester's ass for being such a fucking horny bastard, but like, you know, like, what are you gonna do? So it was chill after that. Everything returned back to normal. The end. Come here. Come here. Bear. Come. Come, bear. Come. Come here. Come on. Yes. Oh. Yes. Lay down.